All right. You should have a new sheet for Mrs. Kabaki or Mrs. Stillings. Everything that we write on these papers, I would like you to keep notes on this template going forward to help us be more organized and to help us refer back to our notes. So it'll be easier to recall information. Okay, the title of this one, okay, so this is going to be rates. I'm going to put my name here. And I'm on page 279. It's period 4. I don't know what date you want to put this. Essential questions. How do I calculate a price per unit? Okay, so as an aid to grocery store customers, like if you go to Walgreens, Walmart, wherever, the unit price for various products is often posted. The unit price is the cost for a single unit measurement of the product. And the unit price can be found by dividing the price. Dividing the price by the number of units in the measurement. So let's write down the definition first. So unit price is the cost let's not use the word for. It's the cost for a single unit. And again, when I see the word single, I want you to think of the number 1, right? Oh, that's a bad one. For 1, right? So for example, I'm trying to think of something. Okay, let's think of a pack of socks, okay? So I want to buy a pack of socks. So my pack of socks costs me $7.50, okay? But inside that pack of socks, I get 6 pairs. So my unit price is the quotient. So I'm going to take my quotient of $7.50 and I'm going to divide it by that 6 pairs that I get. So each pair of socks cost $1.25. Okay, so that's your unit price. So let me highlight that. Go ahead and get your highlighters out, and we're going to highlight $1.25 is my unit price. Okay. And unit pricing helps customers determine which brand or which size package provides the better buy, right? So if I was comparing two, so let's say I wanted to compare, I could also get, let's do a different color. I'm going to scroll down a little bit so I have some more room. So I wanted to compare, I could also buy a pack of socks for $10 and let's say 75 cents, and I would get 8 pairs. Okay, So I'm going to do that division. I'm going to take $10.75 and divide it by 8. All right. And that means that each pair of socks costs $1.34. Okay, so that would be my unit price for that packaging. All right. Well, which one's the better buy? The better buy is actually going to be the 6 pairs for $7.50 because each pair of socks costs less. This is only $1.25 per pair of socks, where if I were to, buy this packaging, I'm spending $1.34. Okay, so that's how it helps us determine which packaging is the better buy. Okay. So let's go and do some examples. I'm going to scroll down to my first example here. And for those of you that are following along in the book, we're now at the top of page 280. This is example number 3. And it says, Hans pedaled 84 kilometers in 4 hours. What was his average speed? So here's what I want you to understand. Okay, so get a colored pencil, and this is what we're going to write. That speed is a ratio and when I see the word ratio, I just want you to think fraction of distance to time. So it would look like this. I would take my distance and put it over my time. Okay, so I'm going to now take my highlighter and I'm going to highlight that information. My distance and then my time. Okay, so I'm going to plug that in. My distance is 84 kilometers. My time is 4 hours. So again, using a calculator, I'm not testing your arithmetic on this. I'm assessing. I want you to be able to understand the problems and know how to go about them. So my average speed is going to be 21 kilometers per hour. Okay. Super important. I can't stress this enough to have a unit. Okay, so I must have, let me put that over here in the steps. And I'll write it in the same color. You must include your unit. Okay. So now I'm going to scroll down and we're going to do another example. Oh, I forgot to put one to pen. Dan rode his motorcycle on an interstate trip. We don't really need all that information. He traveled 243 miles on 4 5/10. Oh, on 4 5/10 gallons of gas. Dan's motorcycle averaged how many miles per gallon? So what's different about this one is you're not using, you're not doing speed, okay? You're figuring, they're using this word per. So with my colored pencil, I'm gonna write down, they're using the word per. All right, I'm gonna highlight that for you, so go ahead and highlight. And then I want you to know that, oh, sorry. I want you to know that miles per gallon is the same thing as miles divided by gallons. Okay, so when I go and I calculate that, I'm going to take 243 miles. Oh, I forgot to highlight my important information. Sorry, get your highlighters out. Here's my miles. Here's my gallons. Okay, so now I know what I'm plugging in. Apologize. 243 miles over 4 5/10 gallons. Once I perform the division, I'm going to end up with 54 miles per gallon. Okay. Next example. Oh, I always forget to do that. For a 5% service fee, a merchant agreed to exchange $20 for 2,400 yen. Disregarding the fee. Oh, they're trying to confuse you. Disregarding the fee, write 2 reduced rates for the exchange. Okay, how is this problem different? Well, using my colored pencil, what makes this problem different is they just want the rates. They're asking for the rates / ratios, which you know to be fractions. All right, so what two things am I comparing? Well, in this problem, I know it's dollar bills or American dollars to yen. Okay, so if you ever leave the country, I have no intention or foresee me ever leaving the country, but when people travel, they have to do currency exchange, right? I can't go to Asia and spend American dollars. They want me to use their currency. Just like when you go to Mexico, everything's in pesos. So you can't use American money if you leave the country. So I'm going to highlight the two things that I'm comparing, right? I have American dollars for yen, right? Now what I like about this problem and want you to watch for is first they're telling you that you have this 5% service fee, right? But then they say disregard the fee, right? So literally I can go and I can take out this, right? It's useless information to me. They're just trying to freak me out like, oh my gosh, I have this percentage. What am I going to do with it? Literally nothing, because right here it says disregard. Okay, so I can just cross it off. The next piece of information that they give you is they want reduced rates, okay? So if they want a reduced rate, I know a rate to be a fraction, so I better make sure to reduce my fraction. Okay, so let's go through, and I know that I'm comparing American dollars. We don't have to write the word American, we can just write dollars to yen. So I know I have dollars to yen. But if you look here, they say write two reduced rates. Well, if I can do dollars to yen, I can also do yen to dollars. Okay, so I know that I can get $20 for every, where am I going? I shouldn't have written it there, sorry. I know that I can have $20 for 2,400 yen. But again, we have to reduce that. So I can cross off this 10 here. So 2 over 240. When I reduce that, I have 1 over 120. All right, so there's one reduced one. Or I can flip that. I have 2,400 yen for every 20 American dollars. So literally what I could do is I can take this fraction, this rate, this ratio, and flip it. All right, so there are my two ratios. Oh, what did I forget? What did I always preach and then I forgot? My units. So that's dollar to yen, and this is yen to dollar. So that is what they're asking for. You are now going to be asked, you're not going to be asked, I'm going to do it right now. And you are responsible for page 282, A through J, and you're going to need both sets of notes, so notes on sales tax and notes on rates.